Hey YouTube, I'm back with an update on Project Tow Truck Rust Repair. I had to remove this whole leaf spring hanger. This frame was a mess. You can see here, I actually cut out this section here. It was pretty much gone anyways, but the metal was like so warped and wavy. I needed to cut it out so I can start fresh. Otherwise that metal was just going to get in the way. So yeah. Cut the cross member, the diagonal support that goes down to the bottom of the frame. So and that's actually fairly thick up top. The bottom part was completely rusted away. So I'll probably use that as a base to weld the new diagonal supports there. Basically, I'm going to take the plate all the way to this bracket here that holds the bed on. That bracket can unbolt from the top as well as from the frame. Just because we're having a lot of issues with pulling stuff off and finding more problems. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to butt the new piece of metal up to that and weld it to that. And then we're going to come across here, probably, see if I can get my hand out of the light, probably to here, and then circle around this bolt and then shoot over here diagonal. Reason being is down here it's kind of thin, so I want to make sure I get a hold of some pretty meaty metal. And you can see right here it's pretty thin. So this part's not, but I'm not taking this out. This is a major cross member for the lift on the back here of the tow truck, so I'm not touching that. I'm just going to go around it. But it should be plenty strong enough. Be a full weld all the way across the top. Again, I'll fabricate the new bottom piece just like I did over here. And, you know, the side plate will go on first so that I'll be able to weld across the bottom wherever there is bottom plating. And then I'll put the bottom piece in and then weld that in a corner joint. So once that's done, I'm going to plasma cut. This used to be a rivet, but it's a cross member rivet, but it also held on the leaf spring bracket. I left the part of the rivet there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plasma cut holes in the main sheet that's going to go over the side of this frame, and I'm going to weld that rivet to the frame, or to that new sheet. And the reason being is that needs to be there for support for that cross member that runs across from this side of the frame to the other side. So I'm going to do that. Here's the brackets that I removed. This is actually two pieces. I just kind of hammered the rivets back into each other, but here. There we go. So I got a big problem on my hands, and I got to figure out how to deal with that. The problem is that I had to cut the leaf spring bolt on both sides to get it out. Okay, and it's still not out. If you look right there, it's still sitting inside the leaf spring. The problem I'm having, and I'm positive of it, is the bolt has seized to the metal tubing that runs through the center of the bushing. I've never replaced the leaf spring bushing before, but it looks like I might have to do that. I'm gonna do a little research tonight and see what it's going to take for me to remove that bushing. I'm crossing my fingers and praying that I do not have to remove that leaf spring pack. If you look at this thing's in bad shape. You see those leaves that are not going in the proper direction. I do not want to touch this. I'm very concerned if I remove those U-bolts that I'm going to find out some of those leaves are broken. That's not my problem. That's not what I'm here dealing with, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm going to try my best to remove that bushing out of there without having to remove this spring pack. I beat on that thing with a hammer and a punch, trying to free up that bolt to see if it'll come out, and No matter how hard I hit it, I even used the impact on it. Once I had cut the nut off the backside of it, I tried to use the impact on it. I got a 500 foot-pound impact, and it still wasn't moving. So I'm pretty sure that whole bushing is going to have to come out as a result. That's why I'm not trying to remove any more bolts. Every time I remove a bolt, something's broken, something's seized up. I'm finding more and more problems, and I'm getting way more involved into this project than I bid for the job. So I need to avoid any more bolt removals if at all possible. The problem is I'm going to have to do this very same thing to the other side of the frame. Not looking forward to it. I can't remove that leaf spring bolt either. I don't know what I'm going to do as a result of that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a slim, and I mean super slim chance that I might be able to just cut the cross member, the diagonal support like this, like I did on this one, and be able to get in there with with the wire brush on the 4.5 inch angle grinder and clean up the inside of the frame and potentially weld a piece of reinforcement steel onto the inside versus having to remove that hanger. We'll see. It's really tight in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. This is definitely turning into more than I bargained for. It will get fixed, and it will get fixed right. I'm still making money off of it, but Jesus Christ, I don't like doing work like this. I don't like doing work where the whole truck really should come apart. Not just bits and pieces. The whole truck should come apart. The rust situation going on this truck, and the fact that it's been sitting around for God knows how long, this truck really needs to come apart. It would be easier to take this whole truck apart, piece by piece by piece, clean up every individual piece and just start working on it and putting it back together and doing a full restoration type thing than it would to do stuff like this. It's frustrating because if it was mine, I would repair the whole truck, but it's not. So here's what it is. So that's the progress right here. Tomorrow I'm going to work on trying to get that bushing out of that leaf spring. If I can get it out within a timely manner and get a new bushing for it and get that bushing installed, new bolts, then I'm gonna start putting this side back together tomorrow, and depending on how much leftover time I have, I'll start on the other side. And it is what it is. Once this side's done, this whole side's ready for paint. I came back here and I didn't do a great job cleaning it up, but I didn't do any repairs back here. This is kind of just extra for him. I'm going to come in here with, I was going to do it with a brush, but I changed my mind. I'm going to spray it. There's plenty of room in here for me to spray, so I'm going to spray chassis saver throughout the entire repaired section and maybe a little bit further back this direction. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm tired. It's almost 2:30 in the morning. My back's hurting. I got plasma spatter inside of my ear. That was pleasant. So yeah, I'm done for tonight. Beat. I'll talk to you guys later. Subscribe, comment, like. Head down to the description. Check out the links. Alvarez Metalworks. Go like my page. It's my Facebook page. Check out the link to Everlast PowerPlasma 50 on Amazon. Great plasma cutter, great price, can't beat it. Check out Chassis Saver, Magnet Paints. I got the banner over here on the table. Same company that makes Monsta liner, not Monster, Monsta. Check out that product, very good product. And California Air Tools air compressor that I use to power the Everlast PowerPlasma 50 Very small compressor, but it's very powerful and does a damn good job of powering this plasma cutter. It's considered silent. It's not silent, but it's really, really quiet. It's not anything like, because it's an oilless, it's not anything like what you would expect an oilless compressor to sound like. This thing is super, super quiet. I could put this thing in my house and work on things in my basement and not have to worry about it pissing anybody off in the house because it's too loud. So check out those links, and thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will talk to you guys later.